Greetings, hope you're well. The technique I would like to offer you today is to start to train your mind. So why do you want to do that? It's because I've used it and I've found it incredibly powerful. So your untrained mind, the untrained mind, it's a bit like an untrained dog. It's going to run around everywhere and might be running into the road, might be stealing someone's sandwiches. It's a pain in the bum. The trained dog is a joy to behold, and your mind is very similar. If your mind is untrained, it's going to be causing all sorts of chaos, and it's going to be destructive. It's going to be destructive in your life. That's when you're going to feel the effects. Trained mind, on the other hand, can be incredibly powerful, see you through difficult times with strength. That's been my experience. So, how do you train your mind? Same way as you train the dog, actually, with repetition, patience, and kindness. So repetition, if you're trying to train a puppy, you tell the puppy over and over again, as many times as you know, no, we don't pee on the floor. You show the puppy where you want it to pee and you congratulate it for when it does so. Repetition. Patience. You don't shout at the puppy. It's just a puppy, it's doing its thing. You're patient with it. You do it over and over again if that's what it takes. Kindness. Don't shout at the puppy. You need to do that with compassion. It's doing its best, it's just a puppy. So we use exactly the same techniques for our mind. It's probably about as controllable as a puppy. So what are we going to do? The technique I want to share with you is really quick. It's to meditate with your breath for 1 minute. So what I want to show you is, we'll take 20 breaths. That's all. We're going to count for 20 breaths. So that's just a number I picked. If you want to count how many breaths you actually have on average in a minute, brilliant, gold star, get a point for that. Otherwise, we'll just use a number. 20 breaths is a reasonable number. The more anxious you are, the higher will be your breath rate at rest. So we'll just sit or stand comfortably. We shut our eyes if that helps us focus. And we'll count 20 breaths. In 1, out 2. That's all there is to it. So let's have a go. Standing comfortably, nice and tall, but also a little bit relaxed. Or we're going to sit comfortably, nice and tall, a little bit relaxed. In 1 breath, and as we breathe out, we count 2. In 3, out 4. Please continue up to 20. Relax breath, relax body. And when we get to the end, when we've got counted 20 breaths, let's notice how we feel. Is it different from when we began? So I found that really relaxing. Even talking to my phone, I found that quite relaxing because I've practiced and I'm used to becoming relaxed very quickly. So that's where the repetition comes in. The more often we do that practice, the easier it becomes. The more we get out of it, the more beneficial it becomes. It gets stronger with practice. Patience. We need that patience, because to start with particularly, it's going to show you all those chaotic, uncontrolled thoughts in your mind. And kindness is because we don't want to judge that. It's a symptom of stress. You don't want to judge all your perceived faults. Oh, I'm so not good at this. I'm terrible at this. Let's just allow it to be. So why would you bother to put the time in? What are the benefits of that practice? From my experience, the difficult events in your life, when you start to meditate, they change. You change perspective on them. They become difficult thoughts. Now, if you're not used to the practice of meditation, you might not understand what that means. So I'll try and explain it. Difficult events in your past, when you think about them, you bring them into the present moment. They become here and now. Likewise, the difficult events you expect in your future, that you anticipate in your future, although they haven't even happened yet and they may not, if you think about them a lot, you bring them into your present moment. And when you realize, when you pay attention to what's going on up here, you realize you're doing that. You realize you're contaminating your present moment with pain from the past and fear from the future, or whatever your uncomfortable emotions are. They might not belong here at all. The present moment, actually, hopefully as you're watching YouTube, you're at rest. You've taken 5 minutes out. They need not be here, and you have this incredible power. Once you realize they are just thoughts, they are your thoughts to change, you have this incredible power to not think them anymore. And then they become a bit like bad habits. And then it's much easier to work with them. So, thank you for practicing with me. Please tell me how you get on. I'd love to hear about it next time.